Welcome back to some new r/petty revenge stories, where people share small victories over those who wronged them. I hope you had a great day. The first story is called Demanding Tips. This chick was hired into the management team with my boyfriend. It has been a problem from the start. As soon as she was hired, she came in trying to change things and run the restaurant, turned the employees against my boyfriend, and started causing issues with the schedule, demanding certain days off and messing us over, because now he has to work the worst days, and she gets all the weekends off. She also talked bad about me for some reason, because I apparently had too much cleavage. We had been silently waiting for her to mess up. There were always little things, like messing up the employee schedule or getting complaints about her from customers. But she finally did something big enough to report. An employee was irritated with her and went to my boyfriend about it, and they spilled all the tea about a night where she demanded money from the servers as a tip for her. She's a salaried manager. She doesn't need tips from employees, and it's probably illegal too. She literally demanded $25 from each of them. Then, when they gave her that, she said that wasn't enough and asked for $50 each. The ones who didn't give her the other $25 mysteriously got scheduled less the week after. Seriously messed up. Then my boyfriend heard from another manager and from the customers themselves of a huge wedding party, where she was extremely unprofessional and difficult to work with. The guests complained about her 4 separate times, so my boyfriend decided to first tell the kitchen manager, the highest under the owner, who then told him to immediately bring it to the owner's attention. The owner compiled a list of dates and employee names. She's getting fired as soon as she gets back from vacation this Wednesday. The next story is called Revenge on a Douche. I started seeing this guy, 24, who we will call Frank. We went to a bar and we clicked very well. He would then hang out at my place almost 3 times a week, where things were amazing. About a month into meeting, we were thinking about getting serious. Frank constantly love-bombed me, messaged me every day about how much he loved me, etc. He even came over one day with a gift for me that was in a uniquely designed glittery gift bag. It had crystals, a hoodie, little necklace charms, and baked goods from a store in the mall. We officially started dating, and it was great for a week. Frank sent me a long text message saying, "Oh, I love you so much," and how he would love me forever. Going to bed, I thought nothing of it, just happy someone loved me and expressed it. I woke up to another paragraph of text, thinking it was another love message. I was wrong. He started off the text with, "I don't love you," and wrote about how he was meeting his ex and me at the same time, and that he didn't love her and lied about loving me. I was devastated. Normally, I wouldn't have cared that much, but after being love-bombed for a month by Frank, it stung. Immediately after reading this text, I got suspicious. For the duration of talking to him, he talked horrible about his ex, but still lived with her. So hearing him say he was making love with her stung a lot, but also set off some red flags. I went to work that day upset, but I was getting over it quickly, until Frank's ex messaged me on Instagram, whom we will call Stacy. Stacy told me how he was love-bombing her and begging for her back, and that she wanted to make sure me and him weren't a thing. Out of respect, I told Stacy what he had said to me, considering she was brought up in the text anyway. Then I sent her screenshots of every single time he trash-talked her. And I'm talking at least 50 screenshots of paragraphs of him trash-talking her. Stacy apologized for his actions and decided to not date him. Eventually, we grew to become good friends, and I realized Frank had lied about everything. Stacy was the sweetest, most timid person I have ever met. Remember the gift he had given me? I ended up rearranging my room and found the bag with everything Frank gave me. Looking at the items, something seemed off, so I texted Stacy. I asked her if she happened to be missing anything. Stacy texted back that she was in fact missing 3 crystals, and she described the ones that Frank had gifted me exactly. The hoodie? Also hers. The charms? Hers. The only thing he didn't steal from her to gift me were the baked goods from his job. Stacy and Frank both worked at the mall in our city and returned everything he had stolen and given to me. He was off that day, but I was told when she got home and he saw the gaudy bag he put everything in, he knew we met up and knew what he did. He apparently started crying and begging for her to forgive him on his knees, which I found hilarious. Fast forward a week later, Stacy tells me he went back to doing the same thing with other girls. Apparently he had done this 5 other times to different girls. Angry, I remembered something Frank had told me about how he would steal baked goods to bring home, and that if his boss found out, he'd be mad. So I naturally called the store he worked at, told him everything he was doing at work and all the other secrets he had told me about what he did at work that could get him fired. Since then, I never saw him at the bakery, and when I asked about him, they pretend he never existed. Even my new best friend Stacy said he moved out since he couldn't afford rent, so where he is now is a mystery. The last story is called Make It Uneatable. I got a job in construction as a laborer when I was fresh out of college. My mom would pack me food to eat in the break room, which I stored in the fridge. Someone would steal it and I'd be sad and hungry. When I caught that guy doing it, he laughed. What are you going to do about it? The guy was a contractor while I worked direct. There wasn't much I could do about it. My workmates told me to just ignore it. He'd be gone in a few weeks anyway, but I was fuming and a little hangry. I confronted the guy. His workmates didn't say anything. He laughed and ended things by saying, "Go make your food uneatable then." This brought me down a rabbit hole that would consume the rest of my life. I went straight to the shop and bought the hottest hot sauce I could find on the shelves. I added it to everything I took to work. I ended up liking it so much that I started using it at home too. The guy called me a prick for spiking my food, and it never disappeared from that site again. I started using more and more hot sauce, before realizing I wanted more. I wanted hotter, so I bought hotter and hotter hot sauces online. Fast forward about 10 years, I'm still into chili. I've moved industries a few times, and changed jobs many times. My food has disappeared one other time. All the people I work with knew that a new guy came in and stole my food. He accused me of spiking my food and trapping him. I got a laugh out of listening to my friends laughing at him, saying, "Dude, he does that with all of his food." I've just finished growing my first ghost pepper plant. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.